Good morning, everybody. Hope your evening went well. It was a hot one here in Wichita. Yesterday we were in the mid-90s. Today we're supposed to paint 100. We went from 55 and rain to mid-90s yesterday and up to 100. So had one day of transition at 75 degrees. So the wind is definitely from the south. And we have 95-degree weather in the forecast through the weekend with no moisture, and that will further stress the wheat crop. You look at Texas Panhandle, western Oklahoma, definitely western Kansas for sure, and it's now spreading to the central part of the state, eastern Colorado, western Nebraska, hard red winter wheat country. The crop is definitely under pressure, to say the least, and threatened. A lot of it's going to be plowed under when it's all said and done, or left for cattle to graze, to background on. No news overnight. No news on tap this morning. Two Fed governors speak. That usually yields a trading range. If you look at the structure, we got a low volume number at 14.5. We got a high volume number at 25. That's the attractor. And then we've got a low volume number at 31.5, basically the buck. So we're going to have pretty good support at 16 and below, and we're probably the resistance, really good resistance, is 26 to 26.04. We have some price points to negotiate between there, though. So we got volume yesterday at 27.28. Last rotate up yesterday afternoon stopped at 28.5, then 29.5. So this is our first resistance band, and we are currently trading 23.5. We've got an overnight high of 25, the attractor, this high volume number. So I put 24.28 as sell one. 24.5 would put you up against that high volume number, and then I put 30 to 02 is sell two. I think we can trade it a little bit lower. We have 17.5, 14.5 support. So I put 19s to 15s leaning against this low volume number is buy one. And then 9s to 13 is buy two. I don't see anything that can drive the market or really shake things up. They're just isn't much going on to talk about. Obviously, selling against the buck is the best trade structurally, and then buying against 14.5 is the best trade structurally on the buy side. So not much to talk about when you get right down to it. The European markets were relatively quiet. Asian stocks were up a little bit. European stocks were down. Yesterday's Dow finished up 21. Crude and gold are close to unchanged overnight, as are the other currencies. So could be really quiet when you get right down to it. Okay, the knob spread's kind of hanging at the low end of yesterday's range. I can't see anything today that would kick it off to the upside, except weakness in the E-mini really hits the market and takes the financials up. So last rotate up stopped at 5 yesterday, then at M. We're at 31. The overnight session high is 03. So selling 37s, 37s 04, S1. Then 7s to 11, S2. Don't see a big day. See relatively quiet trading. We got this low point over here at 23. We got this A period low over here at 20. And Z stops at 12, so 12 to 20 is probably pretty good support. I'd like to buy the 17 to 21 area. Let the market find sellers, but again, if the E-mini doesn't take off and rally, well, 25s might be where we pay to get into the market. The 9 to 13 for buy too. So a lot of it's just going to be dependent upon which way the E-mini goes this morning, and the E-mini is pointed higher. And is holding yesterday's gains. Well, that's pretty much where I had the knob spread, Jimmy. I had it 7.5 on the close, and then a little after 5 this morning Central, I had it at 11:09. So, thank you. Always helps to have someone work the math with you. Sometimes I get that wrong. Gold was quiet overnight. Didn't hear anything out of China and Vietnam, China and the Philippines. The Ukraine was relatively quiet, didn't warrant a news article overnight, so starting to feel almost like summer. Okay, you can see gold is drifting lower, but not really making much of a move. There was the close yesterday. Here we are pretty close to that. So we started out yesterday wanting to buy the 90.92, then 85.87, and we have an overnight session low of, 88, and we're at 91 right now. So buy one is 88 to 90. We'll make 86, 84 for buy two. 95, 97, sell one. 1300, 1302, sell two. Pretty much where we were yesterday. And why? Because the market didn't do anything, and I don't think it can do much today either. The euro is pretty quiet overnight. We got down into our second buy area, which was 75. To 85. Our first buy zone was 137 even. So the 75.85 still looks reasonable to me. Don't think we can do too much. And then 50 to 60 if we were to happen to break that. I don't think we can get down to the 50 to 60 level. On the sell side, we'll just leave it where it is. 10 to 20. And then 35 to 45. And yesterday we had, we were selling 20s to 30s, and we didn't quite make it, so we've lowered that. But again, pretty quiet trading. Got to our number 2 point on the buy side, and it held. We love our number 2 points because that offers us a real advantage. It allows the professional element, the professional trading community, to go get stops outside of the obvious. Shake the retail account's pockets and then bring it right back into the trading range. And that's the job of the exchange members. Yeah, come on, Fitz. It's just price discovery. That's all it is. And damn retail accounts are so cheap they put their stops too close. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, if it weren't for this phenomenon, because of this is how price discovery is done. I mean, the retail accounts, even though it costs them a lot of money, are really the basis of price discovery when you get right down to it, and that's helpful for everybody. That's the exchange's story, and they're sticking to it. Okay, crude, we're at 22. Yesterday's high was 50. This overnight session high is 42. Market is a P. It is pointed higher, but things are pretty quiet out there. So first sell will be 102.50 plus or minus. Got a low volume number at 03, so we'll make 75 to 03, sell 2. 102, 101.75, buy 1. And then 25 to 50 for buy 2. But as quiet as crude is, we might see our inside numbers hold. Okay, the E-mini, and let's go back and take a look at our F1 screen, just to maintain in perspective, and we have to do this. I mean, a lot of people, when you first get into it, you think the F4 screen is the answer, and it does give you information you don't have and you haven't had access to before. It's a great screen, but it's for execution. Your trading ideas don't come from that. The trading ideas come from the capital flow screen, which is F1. And when we take a look at this screen, there's two areas of resistance. We got basically the 85 area. Which kind of comes right across in through here. And then our 95, 98 area. So this would be R1. And this would be R2. Now this contract requires nothing but buy programs to go higher or sell programs to go lower. Got a high volume number. The attractor is at 66 or 72. We're currently at 82. And we got a low volume number at 70. So this 70 to 75 is probably really good support to get started. And then our 85 area is resistance. So if we can stay below this 85, we got a shot at 75. That would be a 10-handle range. Looking at the structure, like it or not, believe it or not, you're dealing with a P. And there's just no way to get around that. And if you had to make a trade at the market right now, as uncomfortable as it would seem, it would be from the long side. It would not be from the short side. Okay, looking at the F2 screen where we fine-tune or tune, depending on what part of the country you're from. We've got this move out of the middle. A mom. We have moved up, and you can see right up here. So And you can see where the market needs volume. So our first sell is going to be 84.86. That's just, I mean, that's resistance. And prove me wrong. And our second sell is going to be 89.91. On the buy side, I'd like to get it done a little lower, but again, this market, if this market is going to rally and push on up, we're not going to break 80. And if we don't break 80, then your trading target's going to be 90. So a lot of it depends on how it operates. So I'm guessing 85 plus, 75 minus. So we'll make the first buy 75, 77 with caveat on the 80 area. We just have to see how it acts when it gets down there. And then our 70, 72 for buy 2. So we're going to take an exchange member's mindset. Screw it. 85 is resistance. I'm a seller there. It goes through 85. I'm wrong. And then the backup sell would be against 90 plus or minus. Trying to buy 75, 77s. May have to pay 80. We'll just have to figure out how it goes on that first rotation. See a trading range today with an upward bias on the E-mini, trading range with a lower bias on the note to get started, all subject to change after our first rotations. We'll make an update after that. Take at least 15 minutes to get everything posted. I'm going to get after that right now. Be back up and with you as soon as I can. Later.